Okay, so thanks a lot. My name is Collini Francesco. I'm here with my great colleagues, Andrea Notaro and Patrick. Well, I will try to keep the presentation, I think, as technical as possible. Today, I will try to share how we created a very fast, secure DNS server in the world. We started thinking to build something different because we had been working with Mikrotik since, I think, 20 years. And we were an Italian computer consulting company. We had been working with hardware, software, and obviously networking. And we appreciated a lot Mikrotik. I remember very well my very first weird configuration on the RB 971 or 951. I don't remember right now. And in 2012, we tried to accept a challenge. So why don't create a secure DNS service for Mikrotik? The challenge was trying to increase the value of a Mikrotik firewall-based solution. I think at that time, the OpenDNS was the most important in the world. I think that that every one of you tried for just a one-time OpenDNS. And as Italian people, we tried to build something simpler, faster, and with a very high quality categorization based on the European internet behavior, and with a very easy and strong integration with Mikrotik. So right now, let's introduce today the DNS firewall concept. We want to offer a secure DNS resolution, obviously, and we want to protect networks from malware and dangerous content such as pedophilia, pornography, gambling, and many other. And we want to protect our user both inside the Mikrotik secure network and obviously when in mobility, when in a roaming mode through the roaming agents. You know very well that you can protect very well the Mikrotik network, but when someone, especially the sales guy, which represents a potential danger for company when they go outside in the hotel, maybe they surf somewhere, and when they come back in the network, they can spread a possible infection. That's why the roaming agents are a very strong key point. So now, let's start building a global DNS secure network in just 5 minutes. That's the challenge. We started in Italy and we built our very first node. It was Milan and Bologna in northern Italy. They had 2 static IP addresses. So there was no BGP, no Anycast, nothing. Then we decided to scale the infrastructure globally because at the time we started having some first leads, some first interest from the website, from Germany, from Swiss, from Austria, and I remember very well from Spain. We started building an Anycast network to spread, to propagate our filtering DNS everywhere in the world. And we decided to create some master replication nodes in order to keep the infrastructure very robust and keep the latency very low. You know very well that DNS can be efficient when the resolution time is behind 10 milliseconds, okay? If you have a DNS resolution with 20 milliseconds, it can't work, but if you go above 30 milliseconds, it will not be so effective. Right now, then we added a secure DNS everywhere, and this is our secure server. And we started from South America before and North America. And then we added DNS resolution to Asia and to the Middle East and Oceania. Oceania has about 12 hours, and my sales guy, Andrea and Patrick, know very well how to plan meetings, because if you plan for midday, it's midnight in Oceania, so it's a bit weird. In Africa too, And right now, that's our global DNS Anycast with more than 40 nodes in the world. Just an image from our network. Now, let's talk around BGP, trace route and transport, because routing is the very important thing of our job, and we need to keep routing very, very efficient. Well, I just grabbed this morning 3 best paths. We analyze every day, every hour, and every minute through our benchmarking tools, the best routes to our DNS. So, for example, that's a route from New York. That's a route from Munich in Germany. It goes to our nodes in Frankfurt or Main. And from Auckland, I grabbed a strange example to describe a pretty complex latency path from New Zealand to Sydney. Now, we have a global network. We built a global network, and let's try to put DNS filtering on it. How did we proceed? So first of all, we decided to start with a very easy to use Mikrotik integration. We offer a native Mikrotik script to register your public, both dynamic and static IP addresses. It's simple to register, but we offered a ready-made script, and that's our global dashboard. And just after registering the Mikrotik public IP, you can start filtering with us. So right now, that's a dashboard homepage image. Some screenshots taken, some malware, and threats facilities that we can integrate. Now, let's talk about the defense. The defense, I think right now, consists of many points: firewall, layer 7 protection, content inspection, and obviously DNS traffic. Just a question for you. Who is using DNS protection in networks? Okay, so if someone asks me, is DNS the perfect answer to the perfect reply to everything, I would say no, because cybersecurity is being made of many, many, many factors. But DNS is a very important one, because you can trim out from your network malware infections before they come inside. But you need to have a firewall, you need to have a content inspection. So the defense is a pretty complex behavior, but DNS is important. So why don't play with the DNS? Now, we told we are a very latency-wise service. How to benchmark the global DNS? We have a tool. We pay for it. The name is DNSPerf, DNS Performance. And DNSPerf is, I believe, the leading DNS benchmark platform. If you try to Google right now DNS performances, I think the very first result comes from DNSPerf. And they offer a continuous monitoring over more than 200 checkpoints in the world from every continents, and they monitor every minute latency, uptime, and quality benchmark, and they provide an in-depth analysis and fine-tuning for the most important routes, for the most important transport. We are talking about autonomous systems, BGP, internet exchanges, everything. And FlashStart is a very latency-wise service. We offer a global latency of 13.56 milliseconds. And if we grab the average by continent, Africa, Asia, Oceania, for example, in Europe, we can guarantee a continuous average of 11.65 milliseconds, just 7 in North America and 3 in South America. It depends on the number of nodes and on the number of transports. This is a screenshot taken from an operative minute, and they grab every minute more than 200 checkpoints in the world. How many minutes, Stefano? Oh, fantastic, 5. So right now, we compared today the top 5 filter in DNS comparison. Cisco Umbrella, Google, Cloudflare, DNS filter. And starting from January 2025, we became the fastest. It has been, I think, a 3 years long journey. We have a special department to tune every route, every city, location, transport. These data are public because if you type dnsperf.com and if you go to public resolvers, you can grab for your country, for your continent, and from your route the best latency. How to secure data centers? We started having these thoughts, I think, 7-8 years ago, because if you rely your service, I think, over an anycast IP addressing, you are sensible to attack, DDoS attack, botnet attack, and you need to secure your data center. Otherwise, it will be very easy to go out of services. And if DNS doesn't go, Houston, we have more than one problem, I think. Security capabilities. Obviously, we have DDoS protection, intrusion prevention system, rate limiting. It's a very important feature. You know very well rate limiting, and as soon as a user, a Mikrotik, started to hit some very high rate limit, we try to lower down the DNS resolution. Otherwise, just one user might interfere with the normal service of a DNS server. And then, starting from last year, we started using federations. What a federation? Let me suppose we have a data center in New York, and how's about getting a DDoS attack in New York? It's very easy. More than one people will start pushing DNS request, ISMP latency reply, and New York will start becoming bottlenecked and very busy. So right now, can we stop BGP? No, because I said we are a DNS service. Can we change our IP addresses? For example, if you host a website, site.com, and your IP address is started to be attacked, you can obviously change IP address and you can stop the infection. But if you play with public DNS servers, we can't change our network IP address. So we decided to start working with federation. New York can ask resources from Ashburn, for example, or from Dallas, and they can create a country-wide single node. So New York will claim resources when needed from the nearest node in terms of latency to provide a better support for very high scale burst. And it was, I think, a very win-to-win challenge, because in this way we can save money, we can spare money, but we can call some neighbors and say, hey guys, we need some help to stop some traffic bumps. The role of artificial intelligence in just 1 minute. More or less, we received several thousand of new domains every day. How can we determine if we have an infection, a malware site, a pornography site, a gambling site? We make a heavy usage of artificial intelligence. That's our real-time threat map. It's public if you go to FlashStart.com, and you can see the real-time bad URLs, etc. And below this, there is a strong AI algorithm which determines with different probes and tests that a possible URL or IP address can be infected. It's easy with AI to determine backdoor, malicious activity, adware, etc. And some numbers around artificial intelligence. We can predict roughly the 98.5% of domains, more than 4,000 domain every day, and then we can support up to 35 different languages. Thanks so much. At the end of next speech, we will proceed to the raffle to give you 2 different AirPods.
Thank you. Any question? Because it's still technical presentation. Oh, okay. Oh, yes, we have one question.
I just missed one information, and this is how can we use this service? It's public or?
It's public. It's public. You need to register. So FlashStart.com, free trial. If you want a longer trial, go to Andrea and Patrick, and they will be very happy to give you. And you just need to register your public IP address, both dynamic or static. And after that, you can just point your DNS forwarders through the Mikrotik to FlashStart, and then start filtering. As soon as you start a new trial, you'll be able to just to block malware, bad contents. But you can tune your dashboard, and you are able to select within, I think, more than 200 filtering categories. Try flashstart.com and then free trial.
Okay. So, thank you.
Thanks a lot.